Hey everyone, so let's do a Siren test here on the new Samsung Watch Ultra versus a Apple Watch Ultra 2. So I am now outside. The other day I did this, I was inside and it was super loud inside from from not very far away. So let's go ahead and do this outside. You guys probably hear now there's an airplane going above us. To my left is a pretty busy road, so it is pretty loud out here. We will start off here with the Samsung. So there are different ways of getting onto this. My way is to hit your center button, hold it down for I think it's like 5 seconds or so. Then it will count down and it does start. So I'm gonna leave it right here. And we are going to walk out into the field behind my house. And every so often, I'll turn back on the camera so you guys can hear that lovely sound. And off to now my right is the busy road. Just outside of the fence, you can hear it very loudly. And I'll show you all, this is how big the field is. About halfway through the field, you can still hear it. Now walking up to these tree lines, a little bit before it. It's the second tree lines right by the gravel road here. You can actually still hear it. Like there it is. Walking up to these other trees, should be the actual second tree line here. You can still hear it right there. At this point though, if it is actually somewhat loud around you, it just blends in. Sounds like a bird whistling. Going further out, I can actually still hear this thing right there. Again, it's definitely blending in though with birds and everything else around you, especially if you were in the woods. And the traffic next to me definitely is louder than it is at this point. Now I am super far out. I can hear it, but it is so faint that unless you're actually listening for it, unless you actually know it's there, especially when cars go by, you're not gonna be able to hear it. I am super far out. I mean, I am super far out. Like, so there's the traffic. I can barely even see my house through all the trees. So we're gonna call it here for the Samsung Watch Ultra. And then we will do the Apple Watch Ultra here. So again, for me, hit the bottom button, hold it down for a few seconds. We'll hit Siren. It'll start making noise and do this little countdown thing here. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. So we'll walk on out and we'll stop every so often. Alright, so again, we are right outside of the back fence. It is still very loud. I wish it would keep this sound up the entire time, but they're so long, it actually slows down how consistent it is with the noise. Alright, about halfway in the field again, like we did last time with the Samsung. And it's still very loud. I'm gonna stop here at the gravel road. Hopefully you guys can still hear that even over the traffic next to us. It is still decently loud. And it sounds less like a bird than the Samsung did. Going up to the second set of trees. So let's see, there's the first, here is the second. Not including the ones right behind my house fence. Hopefully you guys can still hear that. It is still pretty dang loud. Very much just like the Samsung, I would say. Bit past those trees, and now the traffic has died down for some reason. I don't know, hopefully you guys can still hear it, but I can still definitely hear it. Yeah, basically the same spot as the Samsung. Both of these have the same decibel rating to them. They just make different noises. Hopefully you guys can still hear that. But again, just like the Samsung, it is definitely getting drowned out by all the other noises around us. Not just the traffic, there's birds chirping, airplane above our heads, just a whole bunch of random noises. Might be actually a little bit louder than the Samsung still. But again, unless you're actually listening for it, you are not going to hear it. I mean, I'm listening for this and I can barely hear it, just like the Samsung. So both are very, very nice and loud. The Samsung, I would say, makes more of bird noises though, almost bird-like noises, where the Ultra is a little bit, or the Apple Watch Ultra makes more siren noises, just different noises. So again, both these are, I would say, about the same on loudness, which they're supposed to be. They have the same decibel rating to them. Both of them went out, according to my Garmin here, about 0.08 miles, so decent ways out. I mean, if you're within, say, pretty much walking distance of somebody out in the woods, if you're out there walking and you heard one of these things going off, you definitely know it's a siren. And, you know, you might know, hey, someone needs some help or something like that. You're definitely going to hear this if you are pretty close to somebody with one of these things going off, or somebody's close to you with yours going off. Again, I think the Samsung sounds a little bit more like a bird than this one does, kind of like an electronic bird, but both of them are nice and loud. I don't know which one I would say is the winner, honestly. They're both nice and loud. I think these will get anybody's attention that is nearby. Yeah, y'all let me know what you think. Hope y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.